If you got a PlayStation 5 and you like to play competitive games, but want to improve your FPS skills and take it to a higher level, the Scuf Reflex FPS might be worth looking into. It's MAIDeSITE. Thanks Scuf Gaming for sending this product. Just know all opinions are my own. So this is the Scuf Gaming Reflex FPS by Corsair. It's a PS5 Pro controller that has some cool features like instant triggers, back buttons and a lot more. It has a price tag of around $250 or 280 euros, which is a hefty price, but to be fair, this is the top model we're going to talk about today. Also, the Reflex FPS might be the best PS5 controller I've ever tried. Why is that? And what else do you get for this price? Let's start with the box content. Inside the box you get a nice sturdy and clean case, in which you can protect the Scuf Reflex FPS controller itself, which by the way looks absolutely fantastic. You also get a braided USB-C cable, which I always like and has a length of 6 feet or 2 meters. And you also get some extra thumbsticks. Furthermore, you get a user manual, a safety guide and a 1-year warranty. At first glance, the Scuf Reflex FPS looks pretty similar to the official DualSense controller. It has the same overall design, button layout, same touchpad, stereo headphone jack, mute button, weight and more. But there are some key differences. For example, Scuf has put their logo on the front and side and doesn't have any traditional logos on the buttons. Speaking of, I absolutely love this black and grey color, which looks and stays really clean compared to a white DualSense controller. And did I mention you can get about 9 hours of active game time from a single charge? Anyway, one of the major differences are the triggers. Instead of the fancy adaptive triggers on the DualSense, the Scuf Reflex FPS uses instant triggers. These are great for competitive games, especially shooters, because they reduce the pull distance for faster firing and sound and feel like a mouse click. Just listen to how satisfying the triggers sound. Also, the instant triggers don't have a DualSense haptic feedback and no vibration modules, so it doesn't distract you during gaming. Just know that you might miss this in other gaming genres like racing games, where you need those triggers and maybe the vibration modules to get the best performance. But for shooters, it's excellent. Personally, I'm pretty decent in shooters, but with this controller I just performed a lot better, as the instant triggers work almost instantly, and they can make a difference of you making a kill or being killed. It can also be great when you're a beginner and want to make a good first impression online, or when you're an advanced player that values every millisecond of response time you can get. And if you value that response time, just know that you can use the Reflex FPS both wirelessly and wired for the best type of connection. Another cool feature is the Black Pro grip, which adds a nice rubbery texture for a better and more comfortable grip during those intense gaming sessions. And the real showstopper are these 4 remappable paddles on the back. They are easy to reach and can be easily popped off and remapped to different buttons, giving you an extra edge on those fast-paced games. You can also set up 3 profiles with different button configurations, which you can use for different playstyles or even for different games, which saves you a lot of time configuring your own personal settings. So here's how the paddles and mapping work. The remappable paddles allow you to keep your thumbs on the sticks and engage your fingers that are usually resting on the controller. It may take you some time to get used to it, but it can definitely shorten your response time and give you an edge in gaming. For example, you can use the back buttons to quickly jump and slide without moving your thumbs from the sticks, which will save you milliseconds and can be a lifesaver. Another example is that you can quickly build stuff in Fortnite, which can also be handy if you aren't good at it like me. The Scuf Reflex FPS comes with 3 preset paddle profile configurations to get you started. Simply press the profile button on the back of the Scuf Reflex to select the one you want. Blue is for FPS and Battle Royale games, red is for sport games and green is for racing games. Then press the profile button again, but continue to hold it until the light starts to blink. Now you can remap any paddle by simultaneously pressing the paddle and the button you want to remap it to. To save your remapped configuration, simply press the profile button, and then the profile indicator light will stop blinking. Also, the pedals can be mapped to your choice of L1 R1, L3 R3, the entire D-pad, or any of the 4 action buttons. If you want to customize even more, you can use one of the 4 added thumbsticks, which have a wider or smaller circle, but also a different thumb placement. So you will have the perfect thumbsticks that matches your own personal preference. So here's how you swap the thumbsticks. Simply remove your faceplate by gently pulling it from the bottom to corners of your controller, then make your changes and then reattach it. Scuf Gaming recommends the tall thumbstick on the right for precision and accuracy through the scope, and the short concave on the left for quick responsive moves. For sports games, stick to the concave sticks for the right balance, or you could always set up your own style. So here's where things get exciting, as the Scuf Gaming website lets you design your own dream controller. You can customize pretty much any part you like. For example, you can change the faceplate and faceplate trim, analog sticks and rings, the D-pad, action buttons, trackpad, menu buttons, backplate, back buttons, shoulder buttons and triggers. And you can even change the functionality like having rumble or no rumble, giving you almost endless customization options. Just keep in mind that this can influence the overall price. Or you can choose one of these amazing designs right here. Just check out some of these awesome designs, as they look absolutely fantastic. So as mentioned, the price tag is on the high end, but so are the quality and features of this controller. And besides being able to use it on the PS5, you can also use it on your PC, Mac, iOS or Android device, and even on the Steam Deck. But if you have a lower budget available, there are some other options to choose from. For example, you could go for the regular Scuf Gaming Reflex or Pro model, which are amazing controllers as well, and start at $199 and $219 depending on your customization. They both don't have instant triggers, but they do have the haptic triggers in case you want to play a variety of games as well. And they have even more differences, which you can see in this overview. Just pause the video or head over to Scuf Gaming's website, and to make it easier, I left a link for you in the description. In the end, it's up to you which model fits your needs and budget best, but here is my personal opinion. Having tested the Scuf Reflex FPS for some time, I got to say I'm very impressed. The instant triggers feel amazing in FPS games, the pedals are super convenient, and the build quality feels solid. Also, the customization options are a huge plus for anyone that wants a controller that reflects their style. So if you want to invest in a decent and stylish Pro controller for your PS5, but also works on your PC, Mac, iOS and Android device, and also on the Steam Deck, you should check out the Scuf Reflex FPS, as it can be a game changer. Personally, it's one of the best controllers I've ever used. But what are your thoughts? Is the Scuf Reflex FPS for PS5 worth buying for competitive shooters? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more tech reviews, or click here to watch the next video. See you there.